Hey guys, and welcome back. Alright, so I had a day to kind of contemplate what I want, and I'm kind of happy with where this is going, but I need to kind of pick up the pace a little bit. I think that last video was a little drawn out and slow and didn't get much accomplished. So I'm going to do less babbling on this one and just see if we can get some work done and get it looking like it should be looking. So without further ado, I'm going to get that back off of there. I got the bench cleared off. I got the exercise mat to lay it on upside down. I'm going to start doing some carving. We'll get it framed out. And poof! So I got that all kind of framed out and give us something to scab onto. I took the plasma cutter down each side, even them both up so that they have about the same exposure and they'll look normal to each other. Not that you can see both sides at the same time, but you get the idea. Framed out the front of it to give that some support, and then just tied the two of them together with a couple of brackets. I don't think that's going to go anywhere. So right now I have the seal that I was talking about. I'm going to go put at least this section on and then slide the roof back into place, and we'll see about getting some welding done, getting some bars coming down to the lower sections, attaching the top to the bottom. Got the first leg licked, a little tacked. I'm licking it, you burn your tongue. So I'm trying to follow the line of the cab and going up. It looks pretty good. It's a little fatter on the top than it is on the bottom, probably because this rail is not in as far as the space that's up there, but again, we're working with what we're working with. I'm happy with that. So now I'm going to try repeating that on this side. We'll get this one done. I'll get all four legs cut, and then I want to get rid of this apparatus. I want to get the tailgate closed again. I want to put the shims back in, clamp the walls together so everything is square before I do the two rear legs, because that's going to greatly influence the support of those walls down there. So let me get this guy tacked up, and if we like those, well, maybe we'll buzz them up solid and get rid of some of this stuff. Yeah, we got those two legs all welded nice and strong. That looks decent. Get rid of this. Make sure our gaps still look okay. And get it out of there. How did I? I'll probably still kind of fudge it a little if I have to. I'm looking at where the top corner meets there. And looks like I can probably go that way. That is, the walls are still floating down below. That's fine. Alright, so now I have to get this apparatus out of the back here. But I already don't need this anymore because the front is already supported, so we can get rid of that altogether. And maybe we could probably just leave this bar here and we'll run another one, I don't know, from that group up to here. We'll clamp it. Then I can close the tailgate. Once that's closed, again, we'll put the shims back in so that the walls are square to the gate. And I think we'll be okay. And I got the other legs already cut. I just made all four of them the same. Which should make sense, right? How out of whack do you think it's going to be? So I think we can get rid of this one. That wall's leaning in, and that wall's leaning out. Well, that guy's got to go that way a good little bit. Slight adjustment. I say yes. gonna go get my sticks and we'll clamp them back in there and we'll build the two side pieces up from there. I gotta take a second and show how I'm setting each one of them up to figure out what I want to do. So all these were pre-cut dimension. I think they were 28 and a quarter. So all four of those are 25 and a quarter. All four of those I cut the same length. And then what I did, the bottom legs, the little 5-inch section that's down there, I'm fitting each one of those up one at a time. Oh, and yeah, they are cut to the angle. And so what I do is now I line this top one up so it's dead center over the bottom, and then I just hit a Sharpie and mark the one that's behind there for, plus I use it for support while I'm doing it, kind of mock it up, move it around. And I know I want to come right into the very end of this one. On the front one I actually measured away, actually screwed it up at one point. First one I screwed up because I measured how far the end of this 1x1 was from the cabin. It was a 2-inch gap, and then I went to go do the same down there, measure that far away, and I marked it off. You can see where the mark is right there. Problem is that's to that point, not to that point. So you can see the 1/2-inch difference. So I'm looking at it, it's on an angle. I'm like, ah, wait a minute. Came back, had to go cut it free, kicked it over, and now that one's square. And that was when I was marking the second one up. I'm like, well, the other one must be 2 inches away from the wall too. And when I was setting it up, I'm like, no, it's not right. Something doesn't look right. But I caught it at least before I welded it. So now it's the same deal. So all four of them will be in the, what I want is when you look down the side of it, that you see that everything kind of lines up with each other. Hard to see with the vice grips in there. But you know, the angles all stay the same. One's not kicked out, you know, out further than the other one. Will just look goofy. That's it. Gonna go mark that one, cut it, clean it up, get it wedged in there, and one last look over, and I'm gonna weld it up. Everything's removed. Looks good. Seems pretty sturdy. But we're gonna build on from there. Let's look. How about that? Just a little more. A couple more beauty marks. So I want to take and transfer the. Where's the best side to show you? I want to transfer the energy from that leg down to here. This is fairly thick. Is somewhat part of the frame of it, so I want to tie that down to there instead of just relying on the sheet metal of the wall to support it. So I'm going to mark this tin right there, and again on the bottom. I'm going to notch those out so I can weld onto this and weld onto that and still slip that panel back in. I think it'll be our best bet as far as doing that. Good thing that they're still removable, huh? See how this guy slips back in there. It'd be nice to be able to weld it with this off. Be able to get in there later. I think we will be just fine. Just right. Good. It gets welded all the way around. Just got to do it one more time. Now for this side. Put the last one in. Put that all back together. I think it's time. We open it back up again and see what it decides to do. Oh, so nice. Right on there. Right on the money. Nice. Wait for it to go boing. I think we got to kind of beef up these two corners I think what we're going to do is we're going to try to tie back to those two guys as much as possible, and then we'll put the floor in. We'll notch the floor out to drop the floor in around the legs instead of laying the floor down and trying to weld to that, you know. And the floor will stiffen things up again also. We could probably just get away with right now just maybe finish welding them. I'm trying to stay away from putting the gusset down on the corner here to beef it up. I have a feeling this may become strong enough once everything else is built, so I'm going to leave that to later if I don't have to block. You guys even see what I'm talking about? No. You know, I want to gusset around the corners here just to kind of strengthen this section up, but this helps a lot. And then after everything's tied together, I may not have to. And if I don't have to put something in the pathway of the opening of the back, I would prefer not to. As far as the tailgate, I'm going to leave it so that it does have a lip. You drop it down, you're going to have a little bit of a bump on the end of it. It's going to be higher than the deck of the, higher than the bed of the trailer. And the reason why I'm saying that, I don't want to get into, you see, I don't want to get into having to cut the bumper down, giving an area for it to drop down below it and all, and get in front of the lights. And that, I just want to leave this part of it alone. I think the more I start cutting stuff up, I'm trying to make it so that it somewhat resembles, you know, something that may have been made without all the weld marks. So I'm trying to avoid wherever I got to cut and do some more welding that'll show. If I can hide it, like with the piano hinge and the look of the piano hinge and the right color and all, I think it'll serve the purpose well. Just like it is, it'll have a little bump on the end of it. That's fine. Fine, I tell you. Well, guys, it's come to that part of the evening where I'm just walking around staring at stuff. So I guess I'm done. But I like how it came out. At least I got something done on this one. I feel like the last video I did more talking than I did working. So this video I did try to do the opposite. I'm glad I did. It's got a clothes hanger on the inside still. Pull up bar. So I got to get more material for the next phase. But I can still do other things while I'm getting that. Probably get that on Monday or Tuesday. Well, it's looking good. Well, that stayed nice. I'm not sure what we're going to do for hinges yet on that. I'm starting to think more like some kind of latches on the side, and then chains with chains to retain it when it's in a down position, and then stick a piece of bicycle tube over the chain so they don't rattle. As of now, we'll see if that may change between now and then, but we'll see. Looking good. Whoops. No more holes through it that shouldn't be anymore. Needs a thorough cleaning. Seat feels good. I don't know what that says. Yes. Brake? I don't know what that says. Looks like there's something else there too. There's a pencil holder for writing the couple of them. For writing the parking tickets. Why would you write in pencil? Parking ticket. Just saying. Still need to get a horn button ring. The horn works. Just the plastic piece on top is gone. Keep an eye out for that. Speedometer does not work. The cable and the hub part are missing, broken and or missing. So I might just use a cell phone or GPS for the speedometer. It only does, you know, 45, so it's not like you're gonna. the key. I'll leave the key here for comedic effect for the comment section. It's been in, I think, almost every video. What else? I don't know. I'm just babbling. But starting to come together. Roof line looks good. Center of gravity is going to be a little taller because of the mast that's up there, but it's really not that heavy, so I'm not that concerned. And they made them like this too. They made them with bodies on the back, so it's not like I'm doing something that's never been done before. I like it. I think you guys like it more when the rest of it gets filled in, but until then, we'll keep that my little secret. All right, guys. Again, thanks for watching, comment, subscribing. I will see you soon. So, later.